So when I actually came back in on the 21st, I saw them, as we talked about before, shooting from helicopters, saw them shooting down Kumnawaro if people would stick their heads out from the alleyways. In fact, at one point I was grabbed and dragged back because I was starting to go out and see if I look down Kumnawaro towards the provincial office buildings, and a bunch of young people grabbed me and were like, "Are you crazy? They'll shoot you if you stick your head out there." That it was so swollen up, it didn't look like a human head. The eyes would almost be completely closed. Parts of the teeth would be in places where they shouldn't be. I mean, it's hard to truly explain why anything like that would ever occur. Why were Koreans doing this to Koreans? At one of the hospitals I was visiting, we actually saw people that had been shot in the shoulder and that had exit wounds for the bullets down by their hips. So you have to almost be, right on top of someone to have that kind of wound.
And also you saw that helicopter shooting.
And I saw actual shooting from the helicopters. And I thought that it was part of my responsibility to witness what was happening. And to me, I never felt afraid in Gwangju that entire time. I was more afraid that the soldiers would come back and indiscriminately start killing people again. Any foreign correspondents coming in would either have a Korean that was translating for them that probably worked for the KCIA, and so that they wouldn't get proper translation. Or if they were by themselves, no one could help them. So one of the things we wanted to do was actually try to help the foreign journalists and make sure that they were getting the truth of what was going on. As soon as I got back, I actually joined a group that was trying to get the information out about what happened in Gwangju. That was trying to get the information out. There was a peace network that I worked for that was all focused around Gwangju and about what was also happening in South Korea. As we started to see after Gwangju the suppression that was actually going on and how workers were being abused and everything else. So we were very focused on that and trying to get that information out. So I mean, that to me is, and there were a lot of people in Gwangju at that point that if they thought it would, in essence lead to democracy and changing Korea, that were willing to sacrifice themselves. To me, that's one of the most amazing things to have ever witnessed. Because I can tell you, if we walked around the US right now, you'd see very few people that are willing to lay down their life for what they believe in. Because in a lot of ways, Gwangju is where I was born. Right? That's where I became a human being, by witnessing what happened and by seeing the people there. So to me, that's my birthplace.